All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Tuesday morning Inner Circle Live session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is doing well today. 14th of February, for those that celebrate Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to you. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Um, we're going to dive in. So, as always, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper for notes, and let's prepare to participate and engage, right? And as always, for the courtesy of everybody on the call, please ensure that your mic is muted if you're not actively asking a question or making a comment. All right, so we'll take a look at some fundamentals. We'll do a quick recap of the pairs that were posted in the Telegram, and I keep saying Telegram. I apologize. In the Discord channel. um, and we'll take a look at the market overall, see what is happening, and prepare for some of the happenings of the day. So, without further ado, let's make it happen. Let me change screens here, and real quick, just to be sure, drop me one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Yes, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. And let me change here. All right, cool deal. So, I've got some things happening early today. Um, things happening early today. UK wages rise faster than expected. Pay excluding bonuses in the UK rose by 6.7% in the 3 months to December, the most since records began in 2001, excluding the pandemic period, and above forecast of 6.5%. On the other hand, total pay was up 5.9%, the least since the 3 months to July 2022. Right, lower than expected of 6.2. Meanwhile, the jobless rate was unchanged in the UK at 3.7%, and vacancies fell for the seventh time. Right, so job vacancies are decreasing, but that's what's happening in the UK. Got CPI coming out. U.S. inflation rate seen falling to 6.2%. That's the expectation, right? That's the expectation. That'll be the lowest since October, and compared to 6.5 in December, right? Core inflation, which excludes volatile food and energy, is expected to have eased to 5.4% from 5.7, also the lowest since the end of 2021. On a seasonally adjusted month-over-month basis, however, the CPI is likely rose 0.5% in January, the most in 3 months, following an upward revised 0.1% gain in December, and tracking an increase in prices of gasoline and used cars. Core prices are seen growing 0.4% for the second month, although inflation has shown signs of peaking at 9.1% in June of last year. It remains more than 3 times above the Fed's 2% target and continues to point toward a broad-based advance in general price level, particularly services and housing, right? So the expectation is that inflation slowly is slowing down, but still slightly picking up from a seasonality perspective. So it'll be interesting to see how that news comes out and see how that impacts the market. European area employment grows more than expected, right? So we saw a boost in the euro. It rose by 0.4% on the quarter. So the euro got a boost there from some employment data. All right, over to Forex Factory. We'll change this to the week so we get an overview. All right, so we had Swiss franc CPI come out yesterday, right? Just above the expectation of 0.5%, came in at 0.6. So inflation is still on the rise in Switzerland. We also had inflation expectations for New Zealand at 3.3%. We come into today, right? German WPI average earnings for the pound, right? PPI, producer price index for the Swissy, also came out this morning above expectation, right? So we're seeing inflation still continue to move up around the world. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how that data comes out today for the United States at 8:30. Right, we're going to want to keep our eyes on this. If that, so we had non-farm payroll come out above expectation. Right, it'll be interesting to see how these numbers come out. Will they be in line with the expectation? Will they be above the expectation, or will they be below? Right. Investors are watching these numbers, and so is the Fed, right? The Fed has their plan on what they plan to continue to do, but these numbers could impact that in one direction or the other. So it's going to be important. 8:30, we'll keep our eyes peeled there. This evening, we got Governor Lowe speaking coming out of Australia, and tomorrow we got CPI for the pound. Also tomorrow, we got core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing Index, and retail sales numbers for the United States at 8:30. Going to be another important number, seeing how people are spending their money. All right, it's important when talking about that inflation conversation. Then tomorrow night, employment change and unemployment rate for the Aussie at 7:30. Thursday, core PPI numbers for the United States. Right, so this is our week of the inflationary data, following the employment data. Right. The jobs data. So important week. We got basically news events every day that could move the market in one direction or the other, and give us some more insight on how we can anticipate the Fed continuing to move in the future. So that's what's happening for the week. Any questions from a fundamental perspective? Nope. All right, cool deal. All right. And Benny, good morning, bro.
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. How are you, sir?
Doing well, man. Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Glad to be here as always.
Yeah, man. Another opportunity to go get it.
That's it.
Yes, sir. Anything from a fundamental perspective that caught your eye as you been perusing the markets over the past couple of days?
Oh no, man. Everything happens at 8:30 today.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's it. That's what everybody's keyed in on. After that, everything's all it's all to go. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool deal. All right. So the dollar, right? I just deleted those markings, right? We're looking at the dollar and coming back and retesting this daily level that we had the strong bullish breakthrough. And then since that break, we've just been pretty much ranging, right? We came back, retested that low, pushed up to the top, that daily resistance that we created here, right? And now we're pushing back down to the bottom of the range. Okay. So we'll continue to watch to see how this moves throughout the day, right? How that data comes out, and then how the market responds to it. All right. Those can be two different things. All right. So that's the daily look at that. Drop to the 4, right? And this is what that looks like on the 4. Like some double top action here, right? Pushed up to the top. Now we're headed back down to the bottom of that range. So we will continue to monitor this to see how investors respond to the data, right? Those are the options on how this will move. If we break that low, we could be headed back down to this range, right? If we break this this level here, right? And then we'll see what happens. Do we continue to push down and head to the D extension, or do we come down and stall and then press back to the upside? So we'll continue to monitor that to see. We know that the Fed overall has said that they will continue pressing forward, and there's been rhetoric around having to keep the rates higher for longer, right? So with all that being said, still some bullish potential for the dollar. I'm going to reset my chart here real quick. Still some bullish potential for the dollar. So we'll watch to see what transpires there. All right. Any questions on the DXY? No. All right. Cool deal. Let's take a look at this dollar Swiss. All right, we'll get through as many of the dollar pairs as we can, right? Just get an update on where they are. The dollar Swiss, we've been watching this one, right? Two perspectives, right? Our capital fib is here. We got a nice 8-6 retracement, and we're getting this consolidation that we generally see right before we get reversals. So that is the option here, right? Off this push down to the downside. Now, adding a little bit of confluence to that move, we run a sub fib, smaller waves from the top down. And here, I'm going to remove these for a second. So we can see it clearly. Here we have an 80-20 scenario, right? So an 80-20 scenario in that 8-6 retracement zone, right? So now we're looking, all right, will we get price to continue to make this move to the upside? Last week we had the strong bullish action here. Now we're getting this retracement, right? Getting this retracement, and then we'll see if price turns over and gives us another push to the upside, right? If these daily levels hold, right, and we don't break through and continue pressing to the downside, right? So that's the daily look. Come down to the 4. And on the 4, we got a 382, right? Didn't quite get to that 50% retracement, but we weren't able to fully break out below these monthly support levels, right? So we're just ranging right now here, right? Just in the range. DXY in the range, right? So we'll see what the catalyst will be to see if we get price to flip and turn over, all right? Or if it'll continue to crash down to the downside. Coming down to the 1, right? That's the range. That's the range. So we'll see how things play out here. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. That's where we sit. That's where we sit. We got a little bullish action here on the 1 hour. We'll see what happens over the course of the next 2 hours. See where the market goes. All right. So that's the dollar Swiss. The dollar yen. We'll come all the way back. I got all kinds of stuff jumping here. Broke out of that. On the daily, right? We've been pressing down. We've just been hovering here, right? Hovering in this range. Okay. Hovering in the range. We're at the top of the range now. Question is, do we break above and continue rising in favor of the dollar? Okay. This one, not a ton doing. We had this bullish action, retesting that candle there, but not a ton happening on this dollar yen. All right. Just stuck sideways. Now we did get a 50% retracement, right, on the 4, but we're just stuck in the range. Okay, so we'll see if we continue to make this move to the downside or if we turn over and press up. There we need the catalyst. Okay. So not much doing there on the yen right now. Waiting for a breakout either above this resistance level or this breakdown and head back down to the bottom of this range. Okay, so that's the dollar yen, and then the dollar CAD range, right? Similar things happening. So we come back out to the daily. got a 50% retracement, and we're just ranging down here at these lows, right? Kind of double bottom action here, right? Now we'll see if these lows hold and see if price turns over and continue making its way to the upside, right? To kind of really fill out that double bottom and push higher. All right, come down to the 4. And this is that action. Super choppy in there, right? I believe the fib here is coming to the downside. Let's go there. Yep. There. Yep. All right. And then this probably got taken out in multiple directions as well. There we go. All right. So just ranging here, right? That's a double bottom action. We'll see if we push to the upside and continue to ride higher and potentially get back to that A boundary at some point. Okay. If the dollar continues to stay bullish. Now we know Canadian dollar has been relatively strong. You got oil continuing to make moves to the upside. So we'll continue to watch this one as well. This one will be intriguing to see how we break out of this range. All right. But same action nonetheless, right? Trapped in this range here. So we'll see if we get a breakout to the upside here. Okay. Questions on any of those 3 pairs? Dollar, Swiss, dollar, CAD, dollar, yen? I know I went through them quickly, but just ranging right now, waiting on that news. No? Okay. Cool deal. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Daily time frame perspective, right? Strong bearish push down last week, and now we're just ranging, right? Now we're just ranging. Try to give us a little bit of a retracement here on the lower time frames. We'll look and see we did get that, right? And now we're just pressing sideways, okay? Come down to the 4, right? We were looking at this, and we said we wanted to push up into this range, right? Push up into this range, give us this nice pullback for an opportunity then to get short. And that's exactly what happened. We retested this previous support levels here, right? And we started to break down. Now we got another pullback here coming back to retest these levels. So we'll watch to see what happens with the news to see if this continues to rise higher or if price turns over and starts to make its way back down to the downside. Okay. But crown action here. Originally, we said, we'd like to see it get up to this daily resistance level, be directly in line with that. Didn't quite happen yet, at least. So we'll see if this high holds, right? See if that high holds as the right tip. And then we got this crown fib action here, 50% retracement, matching the extension be down here at this daily support level, right? And 66673. Okay, so we'll watch that to see if we get price to turn over and start making its way to the downside, breaking the support level and continue moving down. Okay, so that's what we're watching there from the 4-hour perspective. Did I change that? Okay. Coming down to the 1. Last week, we were looking for this retracement to happen. And we got it, right? Shallow retracement 118, 127 zone on Monday. And we started that retracement there. So last week, this was a beautiful move to the upside. At its highest through Thursday, right? 146 pips to the upside there. All right, so that was a beautiful play last week. And then, right, we got that immediate turnover out of that retracement zone. We started falling, right? Fell 100 pips to the downside. Now we're ranging. So we'll see what happens throughout the day today. All right, we're just ranging sideways. Yeah, just ranging there. So waiting for that breakout in one direction or the other. We come down to the lower time frames, and we see here, right, still stuck in that range there. pull these out and just come to the most recent low. Right, so not a ton happening even on the lower time frames, just pressing sideways. Right, so wait for that data to come out and let us know what direction price is going to move. Okay, let us know what direction price is going to move. So we'll see. We'll see how this transpires through the day. All right, so that's the dollar, the Aussie dollar. Oops, didn't want that. Questions on the Aussie dollar? Did anybody hold that trade last week all the way through that 50% retracement level through Thursday?
I'm still in it.
You still in to the upside? I didn't get in. Okay. You still in to the upside, Benny?
No.
Okay. You took your profit. Now you looking short?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Same.
Waiting to see what's gonna happen with the numbers.
For sure.
My bad. I was on mute.
No, y'all good. All good. Same. I'm in the same boat. All right, cool deal. The euro dollar. Similar action, right? 38.2. Turning back over, coming back to retest this weekly level. We'll see if we break back above, right? But this weekly level is going to be key, right? What previous support here held as resistance here. We're pressing back into that zone at 107, 875. Come down to the 4, and this was the move down here. Fresh AB boundary, press down, retested, break, retest, break, retest, right? Now we're ranging a bit, coming back to this weekly level. So we'll see what happens. We got a nice deep retracement here on the 4. We'll see if we get a pullback and then a continuation. If we stay below this weekly level, if we break above this weekly level, we could be headed higher, right? We know we got some relatively positive news coming out of the Eurozone regarding their expansion. So the euro has the potential to gain some strength as well as the ECB has been relatively hawkish. So we could see some interesting back and forth here. As we come down to the 1, right, this is an 80-20 play from last week, all right? Pushed up into the zone, and then we got this breakdown. Boom. All right, beautiful move to the downside. Beautiful move to the downside out of that 118, 127 zone, right? So now we see if this is just a pullback and a continuation, retesting these previous support levels. Right, so we'll watch this closely to see. We did break the cloud. We got a bullish cloud ahead, and we got a TK crossover. So right now, price is pushing to the upside, but we'll see if this starts to range a bit there. Okay, so nothing doing right now. We'll see what happens at this weekly resistance level in conjunction with the news at 8:30. Okay, so that's the euro dollar. Beautiful move there. Beautiful move there. Okay. Let's look at the 15 real quick. I'm curious. Yeah, okay. We got a 382, didn't break above that, right? But another 80-20 scenario here on the 15, shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone, boom, the TP1, right? Beautiful play there. Kind of a double bottom look here. We'll see, again, how price responds here at this weekly level. So nothing happening there, right? But that was a beautiful move last week to the upside off this 15-minute time frame, another 111 pips. All right. So that's the euro dollar. The pound dollar. Right. Last week we had another 80-20 scenario here. Right. This was the move last week. Took a little bit for it to really make that push to the upside, but it finally made it. Right. Out of that 118, 127 zone at that highest point is 156 pips, right? Got another push down, and then price took off again. So now we're at 179 as price continues to ride if you stayed in this trade from that original zone, right? Pushing into that 618, 50% right now, but getting close to that 618 retracement level. So this will be interesting on the 15-minute time frame. We'll go back higher and look at it as well, right? But we're pushing back into some of these higher, deeper retracement zones, right? So this will be one for us to watch to see how price responds, to see if we stay inside this AB boundary. All right. So let's bounce back to the daily and see what this looks like here. Okay. So 50% retracement off the capital fib. We're pushing back up, right? Retesting on the daily time frame previous support levels. Right. This was previous support here. Price is pushing back into that zone. Okay. So this will be interesting to see as that data comes out, to see if this previous support serves as resistance today. All right. So as we come down to the 4, right, we see it a little bit more clearly here. All right. You see it served as resistance here. This was the support. This was the resistance. We're headed right back there. So we'll see as price approaches this support level again, see if it holds as resistance for a second time and see if price turns over and gives us that move back down. Because we zoom out and we look at this, right? Still in this 80-20 in this 80-20 zone on the 4, right? So we still got some downward pressure, some downward opportunity here if we stay below this weekly level, right? So if the data comes out strong, right, above expectation, we could see this turnover and make that move to the downside. All right, so that's the 4-hour drop to the 1. And this was the move last week. We just talked about it, right? Beautiful move out of the zone, pressing to the upside. We looked at on the 15-minute time frame, and here on the 1, similar deal, right? We're pushing into the 618 retracement zone. Okay, pushing into the 618 retracement zone. So coming back into our sweet spot. Now we wait for the data. We wait for the reaction and see if price pushes into our zone. All right. See if price pushes into that zone, which is right in line with, right? We bring this down, right? Right in line with that zone off the higher time frame. See? Right? So that's our confluence there. Previous support serving as resistance. We'll see if price comes back into that zone again. Okay? Stays in that sweet spot and gives us the opportunity then to get short and ride that down to matching the extension at least. Okay, you guys follow me on that confluence here on the on this pair, coming off the higher time frame, support, resistance, right into the sweet spot here on the 1-hour time frame. This is also the same look on the 15-minute time frame. All right, cool. So that's what I'm looking for here. We'll be patient, wait and see. So what we can do is, as we come down to this 15-minute now, right, we know we have that run into the upside. So you can either use your cloud as that confluence there, right? Or if you don't use the cloud, you can use your trend line, right? After the news happens, right? See if you get a nice trend line break. See if we get one more push to the upside, right? Give us a nice inner trend line here. And then we'll see if we get a trend line break off of that. Okay. So be patient, wait and watch. Be patient, wait and watch, right? And then if you want to be even more conservative, right, wait for your cloud break and your cloud confirmations, right? So that's the pound dollar. to the downside. I'm looking at this one more way. I'm going to run the sub fib off the lows here. Just want to see what this looks like. Bang. So that'll be a D extension if we get that last push to the upside, right? We already got a 382 push down. Excuse me. Off the sub fib, right? We got a 382 push down. Matching D extension is there, right? So we'll see if we get some additional confluence of a new fib, potentially an 80-20 scenario in that zone, right? That'll be some good confluence if we get it. So I'll leave that there and we'll watch that to the upside there. Okay, so that's the pound dollar. Got the NZD dollar real quick. This one's still ranging there. Come all the way back. All right, from a daily time frame perspective, this is where we sit. Got a 50% retracement, trying to get bullish and trying to push up, potentially come back and retest these levels. We'll see if we get there. But just ranging right now, bullish action, and we're trying to retest this daily level that we're hovering at right now. Okay. Or previous daily level of support there. We have support there. Bang. I'm going to take this level out, right? There was support there. We're just hovering at that zone. I'm going to take it out and we're going to look at it like this. Okay. And this is the range that we're playing in here, right? 2 to the right, 2 to the left, top of the range, bottom of the range. That was previous support, right? So we're ranging here in this zone. We come down to the 4. See it a little bit more clearly. Still haven't gotten that 382 on the 4. Okay. Strong push down, pull back, and we're hovering here. All right. So we'll see if we get price to turn over there and continue that move to the downside in favor of the dollar. All right. So on these dollar crosses, we still got these 80-20 scenarios that haven't fully completed. So it'll be interesting to see if we get the catalyst for them to continue that move to the downside in favor of the dollar. Okay. Whoops. Down to the 1. That was the move on the 1. Right. So if we break this daily support level, we'll likely take out that A, right? And then we'll see some more movement to the downside. So we'll watch and see. So that's the range there on the NZD dollar. Questions there? Oh, all right, cool deal. Update on some of the posts in the Discord. We had the Euro CAD. This one gave us a nice move here. So here from a daily time frame perspective, right? We're just ranging this B boundary 236 retracement zone, right? Pressed this weekly resistance 3 times, finally broke down, came to this daily support. Strong bearish action. Now we're taking back some of this bearish candle here, right? Nice retracement here, and we'll look at the post from the Discord here in a second. But we're coming back and retesting some of these levels here, right? So we'll see if we retest this daily level that we broke through, right? And see if that level holds. So as we come down to the 4, right, we zoom out, we see that 80-20 scenario there. Okay. 80-20 scenario there. Shallow retracement 118 and 127 zone. Weren't able to break out to the D extension. Came back down. This is that support level. We're coming back and we're retesting now. See if we get another push up to that daily level, right? But could be in for potentially some more downward pressure if we break below this daily level. Be interesting to see. Both of these pairs relatively strong. and relatively hawkish central bank. So we will watch to see how this one transpires, to see if we do get this 382 push at some point. All right. Coming down to the 1, we had a fresh AB boundary at the support level. We didn't break the support level to push into that 118, 127 zone. Gave us more of a double bottom look here. Right. And then we got this push to the upside. Right. Beautiful movement, strong push there. Okay. Now the post in the Discord was here on the 15. Right. Take that out. Run these fibs to the downside. And this was the post here. 80-20 scenario. Opportunity to get long. Right? Shallow retracement. Pushed into the 118, 127 zone. In line with that daily support. And then we got the reversal. Right? Still moving to the upside so far. Right? So we'll see if these support levels serve as resistance or if we get another push to the upside. Right? So what I just deleted, right? I just had sub fibs running, tracking this move now to the upside, right? This was the entry here. Okay. Tracking the move to the upside. So do we get a pullback to retest this cloud, right? We're pulling back now, right? Do we come back and retest this cloud and then get another push to the upside? All right. Come back and retest that daily level, right? But this was the move here. That was the move there. So currently we're up 73 pips, right? 97 at its highest. So that was the move. That was a beautiful scenario there, right? Hopefully some folks were able to take advantage of that one. That was a great opportunity. Great opportunity. Now, right, if we get this pullback and retest this cloud, and if this level holds, right, if you're looking at these sub fibs, could have an opportunity if we get a reversal out of this, right? Continue playing this to the upside. Yeah. TP1 hit, yep, right there. So we'll see if we get to TP2. Okay. Great work. Great work. Great work. Okay. So that's the Euro CAD. Potentially a little bit more bullish action, and then we'll see if we get an opportunity to get short there. The other nose posted was the Euro Swissy. We've been watching this one from a daily time frame. Came down 50% retracement, didn't quite get to that 618 on the daily, and we started to get this range action there. Right. So we come down to the 4, right, and this was the move down. Just shy of the 618 retracement on the 4-hour. Finally starting to get a push to the upside. Right. Continue moving down to the time frames here on the 1. Push down to this 118 level, and then we got sideways. Right. Took it a while to figure it out. Right. We didn't get the break here on the 1. This was a nice move. Right. This was a nice move here. 40 pips to the upside there, but we turn over and continue to press down. Okay. Now, what happened, we broke the support level. It served as resistance, right? And here on this push to the upside, we broke back above. So now this resistance, we'll see if this holds as support. So this could be a break and retest opportunity, potentially get long here if you're not already in this to the upside, right? But break, retest, we'll see if we get another push to the upside and get us to this weekly resistance level and potentially at 382 off of the off this 1-hour fib, right? But we're looking bullish, strong bullish action here early this morning with positive news coming out of Europe, right? retest. We'll see if we get that continuation. Coming down here to the 15. This was the 80-20 scenario that was posted, right? Shallow retracement, 118 to 127 zone. We broke the cloud here initially, right? Broke the cloud here initially, 30 to 33 pips, right? But then we came back down. And then we got sideways, right? So here's the opportunity here. Boom. Right? But that push down just pushed us deeper in the zone, right? Just pushed us deeper in the zone. So now we got this break and retest here. So let's watch this to see if this level holds for us, right? Served as a pretty strong resistance level. Love to see it serve as a pretty strong support level. And then give us an opportunity to get long there. Right? We'll see. We'll see. We got a bullish cloud ahead, right? We could come back and retest the cloud here. We could. We'll see. We shall see, right? But that one potentially on the move to the upside there. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So we'll watch that. We'll come back to that in a little bit to see where it lands, and then see if we get an opportunity. We could come back and retest this this consolidation that it broke out of as well. All right. So 618, 786 retracement. All right. Somewhere in this range, top of that cloud. So we'll watch that as well. We'll come back to this one in a little bit and see what happens. That'd be nice. That'd be another second entry opportunity potentially. Something like that. Yeah. 98899. Let's see what you got here, Joy. A mess. Nah, you're good, right? Allow that thing to do what it's gonna do. You got it. You got it. 98899. Okay. A little bit of a higher entry off of that break there. That's all right. You stop outside the D. Yep. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, Benny and I were talking about this yesterday, right? Where that stop placement goes and how we look at that from a probability standpoint. And honestly, is stress-free living. It's kind of how I look at it. Placing a stop outside the D, you just allow it to go, right? Allow it to go. Yeah, you'll be in drawdown some. But when that thing swings, it swings, right? So I think you're good. All right. Followed your rules. You got your cloud break. Now we just allow it to go. 80-20 play. And then once it moves in your favor, right? 65 pips to that TP1. Hey, I love it. Great work. All right, we'll continue to monitor to see. Questions here on the Euro Swissy? No? Cool deal. Then we had, I posted the Aussie yen. I believe that's what it was. 1 second. Let me see. Aussie yen and Swiss yen, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check it out, right? So we're ranging here. The daily time frame on this Aussie yen, we got 786 retracement, pushed up, almost got to the D extension, and then we started coming back down. We got a range, and then yesterday we got a strong push to the upside here, right? Strong push to the upside. and then we came back to retest it. Okay, so let's see. Swiss yen, Aussie yen on the 15. Yep. Okay. So, right, strong push to the upside. And now we came back and we broke above this daily resistance level. And this candle came back and retested that level. Right. So, as we move down, let's look. And this is what that looks like. So, on the 4, looking at two directions here, right? It's the capital fib here. Got a nice deep retracement. 786 didn't quite get to the 86 retracement zone, right? Started to break down. We got a little bit of a pullback here. Okay. So on the capital fib, we're still inside that A boundary, right? Retested this daily level. We'll see if we continue pushing up here, right? We'll see if the Aussie gains some strength. If we push back up to the top of that range, we'll see. We'll see, right? But if we break back below this daily level, we could be in for that move to the downside, right? So come down to the 1, right? And here on the 1, this is our fresh AB boundary. Got to break down 236, right? Testing that daily level as support was resistance here. Okay. Now we're pushing back to the upside. So this one's going to be interesting from a higher time frame perspective to see, right, if we actually get this push into this 118, 127 zone, right? That data coming out could push capital flow into the commodity currencies. We'll see. But this is one I'm still watching here. When we get down to the 15-minute time frame, we'll take a look at it. I missed the original move, but it didn't fully play out either. So daily support, now we're pulling back. We'll see if price turns over and continues down. We want to see if we get a break of the support level, right? We want to break of that support level, or do we push into that 118, 127 zone on the 1 hour? Okay. Come down here to the 15, right? And this was the post here, right? 80-20 scenario. And this was off of fib running here. Okay. So that's the active fib there. And this is with a shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. We did get the cloud break, but it was kind of sideways here, right? Sideways push through the cloud. We got a bullish twist ahead, but it's more of a range type action, right? Sideways through the cloud. We never really broke out to the downside, and it's just been moving sideways ever since. All right, just moving sideways ever since. So we're broken back above the cloud here. We got a bullish twist ahead, and we got the TK crossover here. So this one, still waiting, right? We could get another push to the upside here. Okay, we could get another push to the upside, right? If we get to that D extension, right, that also put us into that 118, 127 zone off the daily time frame. Okay, so I'm still waiting on this one. I didn't take this move to the downside again because that cloud break that I was waiting on here on the 15 didn't quite happen. Right now on the 5, you did. Okay, on the 5 you got the cloud break. So if you traded this off the 5 on your entry, you got a decent move to the downside before price turned around. Right. If you took it off this push here, right, pull back, you got 40 pips to the downside, and now price is coming back and retest your entry here, right? But it was a decent move off the 5-minute time frame. 40 pips, it's a good opportunity for intraday traders, right? I didn't. I wasn't at my computer when this happened, so I missed that part. But, right, so now we're waiting to see, do we stay below? Okay, do we stay below? If we run sub fibs off the high here, yep, those got taken out. We flip them and run them back to the upside. That one got taken out. There we go. All right. So on your 5-minute time frame, here's your fib here. All right. Potentially another opportunity if we don't push back to the upside here. All right. If this 80-20 scenario plays out on the 5-minute time frame. Shorter time frame, this one could definitely get taken out to the upside and continue riding. We'll continue to watch to see. right? But waiting for another break of the cloud here, strong bearish break, and then we'll see if we're able to break this daily support as well, right? And continue that move to the downside. So that one, still potential. We'll see what happens as the day moves on there. Any questions on this Aussie yen? No? All right, cool deal. The other one was the Swiss yen. And this one, Mally, I appreciate you for posting your charts because I identified that I was running sub fibs and didn't have a capital fib on the lower time frame. So off the daily on this Swiss yen, we got this deep retracement here. Now we're coming back into some daily resistance levels. Little bit of traffic on this move back to the upside here. Okay, so we'll see if we stay below this daily level, right? It's going to be key. It's going to be key if we get this move back down. Okay, that's where we are from a daily time frame perspective. To the 4, we got a 382 already off the capital fib coming down, right? Off the capital fib coming down, we got the 382. Not able to fully break out. Now we're coming back to the upside, right? So if we take these out for a second and just look at these smaller waves to the upside, right? We see the daily D extension is in line with this daily resistance level. Okay. So another level to the upside, right? Melly broke this out in the Discord in a beautiful way with these levels marked, right? So daily resistance, 4-hour D extension. 4-hour 1618 extension. It already hit the D extension here, the matching D extension, right? Because we got a 786 retracement, right? 786 retracement, matching extension was here. This push to the upside got there. So now we're waiting on a new fib to form, which will look like this. Boom. Right? So if we do get another push to the upside to get to this daily resistance level, right, push us close to that 118, 127 zone. Okay? So that's the 4-hour look. Come down to the 1. Here's your 1-hour fib. Again, 786 retracement, hit the matching extension of the 127, right? And then we ran into this daily resistance zone, and we're just stalling here. So again, if we get another push to the upside, right, push us into that 118, 127 zone and that next level of daily resistance. We'll see if that occurs. Okay, we'll see if that occurs. So we got fresh AB boundaries on the 4 and on the 1, right? We'll come down to the 15, and we zoom out here, right? The post that I made didn't have this larger fib on it. The post that I made had smaller waves running like this, right? So this was a smaller fib that I had running to the upside, right? Now, it does put us into this 118, 127 zone, right? This is a fresh AB boundary to the downside, okay? But the larger wave and the larger opportunity on this is here. Right? 118, 127 zone is in a similar spot, right? Still gets you to the same space, but it's a wider range here. So your 382 is a little bit deeper, your 618 is deeper, right? So a larger range here for this move to potentially go. So what we could see here is another push to the upside, getting us into this 118 and 127 zone. This is what I'd like to see, right? I got it drawn out here. And we're just ranging right now. Just ranging that B boundary zone. Okay. So we'll see if we break back below. If we do, I'll just miss this trade. I want to see price push up into this 118 and 127 zone, get to this daily resistance level. All right. That'll be my ideal opportunity. My ideal opportunity, something like that. right? And that gets us that 80-20 on the higher time frames as well, which is additional confluence. So we'll be patient here and watch this one, see how it develops. We could get a breakdown, and that'll be okay too. All right. Questions on the Swiss yen? No? Okay. Cool deal. Order already activated. Okay. Continue to monitor. Continue to monitor. Look at this CAD Swiss real quick. Benny, you got any other pairs that you got your eyes on, man? See what happens after the news comes out.
Not at all. Not at all, man. I'm just waiting for the news. You know me, man. I sit back on my hands until I see what's gonna happen, because it's gonna be pretty clear cut. You know, yeah, you get a higher than expected number. You're gonna see that S&P come down. You're probably gonna see your commodity currency, your risk on type currencies. You're probably gonna see them come down, right? See the dollar potentially strengthen. So just just waiting to see it. It's almost like a 50-50.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it really is, especially how those job numbers came out last week. It really puts you like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, and I was reading some reports that you still have some of the supply chain constraints and bottlenecks, which is causing prices not to come down like they should be at this point. So yeah, so it's gonna be a quite interesting support. Some reports are saying don't be surprised if you see the number is higher than expected. So I mean, we saw the stock market kind of shrug it off yesterday, but we'll see, man. That's why these reports are important.
Hey, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Patience is action, as we
Yeah,
always say.
and it's just a reason why we say risk management is everything, because
Everything.
you can't control this market. Anybody that consistently claim that they know without a doubt what the market is going to do next, they're lying. They're lying. Like you don't know. You don't know. It's just like how people keep saying, oh, the end times are coming. End times are coming. Well, I guess one day if it comes, you will be right at that point. But for the last 1,000 years, you've been wrong. So it's like you kind of just have to you have to just kind of wait and see. You don't know. So all you can do is be prepared, right? And we do that through risk management.
Exactly. All you can do is be prepared and take action on what you actually see. Take action on what you see. My man, appreciate you. Joy, what's that new E word? What word you talking about?
I forgot what it basically was. It and Rich, he said that if they can't get the inflation numbers down, that prices generally going to end up staying with where it is. I forgot. I think I put it in. I put it in the Zoom. I forgot what it was, but he got a new E word that he had used.
Okay, I'm about to go back.
When I figured out, I put it in there because basically he was, and I looked up the word and it was like basically sedative or something like. So basically, if prices stay this high, that's what prices is going to be.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. They did say they could keep that interest rate higher for longer. So we'll see. And happy belated birthday to you. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. It was a big one.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. You know what? I appreciate it. I didn't expect for y'all to remember that. So it was warm and dear to my heart. So I appreciate everybody reaching out. Thank you. I have fun.
Glad you enjoyed it. We appreciate you. Cool deal. So that's the CAD Swiss, right? We're still stuck in this range. We hit the top of the range, trying to make our way back down to the bottom of it, come into the 4, right? And that's where we sit. Still struggling, right? So we need to break out in one direction or the other. Okay. Come down to the 1. A beautiful move back down to the downside. 786 retracement. Matching extension is here, right? We'll see if we get price to turn over to get there. We got some bullish action here recently, and we'll see how things transpire over the next couple of hours, right? But we're still stuck in the range there. So, Benny, anything before we wrap it up, bro? Entrenched. I got you, Joy. Entrenched. This stuff.
No, sir. No, sir. Just continue to be patient. Watch the price action as the report comes out, and look forward to seeing everybody tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir. All right. 8:30 news comes out. We'll keep our eyes peeled, see where the market pushes, and see if it pushes things into a zone for us to take action. You guys have an awesome, awesome day. We'll see you tonight. Peace.
Thank you.